going to give this a second. I don't even know how to razzle dazzle anything on live. Okay. So I never go live on YouTube. And so I figured I'd go live for the last. Hi! I figured I'd go live for the last little bit of my cool down because I started getting some ancestor messages. And so I figured whoever they were meant for would probably show up, or folks would read them later or listen to it later. But I'm a marathon runner and I train for a marathon. Hi, howdy, hey. Well, there's two Kaylas. So, as I was training for my marathon, like I get to this phase where messages just like start flowing in. Hi, Antoinette. Messages just start flowing in like rapidly. And the ancestors were like, please go live. That would be great. We have, our family over there waiting for messages. And so the message that was coming through today, as I was literally, like, I just finished running like 2 minutes ago, was that sometimes in our lives, like, we just have to do things scared. And like a lot of people right now in the collective are just in that phase of life of, I don't know how I'm supposed to do this. Can you please show me? And needing a bunch of tangible evidence to be able to move forward. And I know that it kind of sounds cliche. Like, how many times have we literally heard folks say, like you just got to do it scared, or like push through the fear. But it's not that, and this is what the ancestors wanted to clarify. It's not that you are pushing through the fear. You're not pushing through the fear. You are sitting within your fear. You're sitting within your emotions, your excitement, and then you're consciously choosing to do whatever you want anyways, because you are supported. Hi everyone, it's so good to see you all. I know some of you have been in the weekly sessions, and I just wanted to share a quick ancestor message as I was finishing my run, because I'm training for a marathon, a part of my own path. And I think about all of the times, and you're being invited to do the same, to think about all of the times that you were faced with crossroads in your life and you overcame them anyway. Maybe you didn't know in the moment how you were going to do it. Oh, yay, 144. Maybe you didn't know in the moment how you were going to do it, but you did it somehow. And so my ancestors are like, don't forget about all the moments in your literal life where you weren't sure how you're going to pay that bill. You weren't sure if you were going to make it home. You weren't sure if you were going to have enough money. You weren't sure if your body was going to heal. You weren't sure if you're going to be able to pack your bags and leave and be okay, right? Like, don't forget about those moments when you weren't sure what was going to happen, and then the most beautiful thing happened for you, which brought you to this very moment where we can all gather together and celebrate that part of ourselves. And they wanted me to also share this really interesting story. In the beginning, Spirit had told me, like, you need to run and I need you to train for a marathon. And I was like, homie, homie, I haven't run in forever. I think hi from the UK. The last time I ran like 3 to 5 miles. And I was like, you want me to run like 30 miles? And then the next day I ended up getting running clothes from someone. And then that following week, someone bought me running shoes. And then I ended up in a running group and it just started to take off. And there were times when I was literally running outside and I started to cry, and the ancestors want you to be able to like be in these moments and allow whatever emotions need to come up to just come up so you can release them, so you can like move forward and know that it's okay to feel those feelings, right? Like we run away from them so often, but I was like, you know what? At the end of the day, if I'm gonna be the marathon runner out there, like crying and laughing at the same time, I don't really care who sees me because Spirit asked me to do it, and I'm just gonna do it. And I would be crying, and sometimes I was frustrated, and I was like really angry, and I was like, why can't I do this? And there were days when my legs were so tired I would like trip over my feet. Um, and the plan was for me to run so that I can raise money for the Congo and to finish my race to 1 million, to do the fundraiser. And there was a week where I was having a really hard time, and every time I finished running, my GPS would put me in the Congo. And so it was just this really beautiful moment of like, don't give up. And your ancestors, hi, the Caribbean. And the ancestors are just saying like, don't don't give up, even if you don't always feel us there, because we are there. We are always there. Um, and when you are open to fully receiving them, they start talking in ways that you're never, ever, ever going to expect whatsoever. Um, and they want to also tell you that they love you, because there's specifically a lot of like ancestors like really far back in everyone's line that people tend to forget about. And that was my lesson during that time of working through all of that. And now it's like I'm running 20 plus miles, right? And those ancestors literally from the motherland were saying, you don't, they're like, you don't need to do any fancy training. We've run hundreds and hundreds of miles just to feed our family. Like, you can do anything. Like, we'll run with you. And so it's important that you spend time. Hi. Um, it's important that you spend time getting to know yourself, getting to know, like, where your lineage is from, like do those like ancestry things, like whatever you want to do, or ask spirit to just bring you signs about your family line, or like start to orchestrate it. And don't shut out like energies that are there to help you, even if you don't recognize them, because they can be from literally any lifetime. And I really wanted to share that with you all, because it felt like there was a group of people, which I figured would be here, um, who needed to hear that story, or just get a little bit of inspiration, right? I always do what I'm called to do. Um, so I'm going to be doing my best to go live more when I can, and I invite all of you as well to North Carolina. Hi! I love North Carolina. I lived in Charlotte, literally in Noda, for a really long time, and I had my book in one of the spiritual stores in the middle of Noda. Um, but I'm going to be going live as much as I can. And if any of you haven't joined the weekly like sessions where we get together and talk about spirituality, and it's so much more than that. People share their like deep stories about, I love that you're in Noda. Yeah. From Arkansas. So cool. Hi, everyone. Um, come join and hang out. Like, it's the most like beautiful experience. And I know there's a lot of like spiritual teachers out there who create spaces that can feel really stuffy, and I'm really big on safety and love, and it's chill. You can wear your PJs. Like, I don't really care what happens, just as long as you have a safe place to come and ask your questions. Yay, yes, definitely come join. Let's just say, oh, so sweet. Charlotte as well. Um, No, not Curio, but I do know Gina. I do know Gina, and I used to go in there all the freaking time. It's the one down below. Uh, it's like Latinx owned. I'm blanking on the name right now, but I do love Curio. Gina was freaking amazing during many, many moments in my spiritual journey when I needed ancestral help. And she's actually extremely powerful. And we have like a very interesting connection. And there were times that she would send messages to me through other people. Like, like it was like the coolest thing. I do love Gina and I love Curio. So if you're in Charlotte or driving through Charlotte, yes, yes, Pura Vida. Yes. That owner is amazing too. They literally helped us find a place when we first moved there. Both amazing souls, and also for anybody, the like juice place that's like across the street from there. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like it's also black owned. Has like amazing juices, and it changes every week. I was like addicted to going there. Um, but I just wanted to share. That story with you all and send you lots of love and just also let you know if anybody is wanting to like kick off the new year in a really powerful way. I'm relaunching my Kick the Shit 3-day challenge, where I'm gonna group coach for 3 days, and it's gonna be an intensive coaching experience. And I usually do it 1 to 2 times a year, and it's one of my most favorite programs that I do. It's one of my signature programs. So if you're also interested in that, just keep a lookout for it. But come join, have fun, take care of yourself. I'm going to sign off. I'm freezing and super hungry because I ran for almost 3 hours, and the ancestors are quieting down now. So I feel like it's time for me to go. And it was beautiful talking to you all. And I'm sending you lots of love. I will see you all soon. Yes, I'm definitely going to go eat. Bye, everyone. See ya. Thank you.